Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wu Manchu Chronicles. I am Wu Manchu, and almost every year, I bring on a guest that's performing at the Surratt Fest in Pueblo, and sometimes we'll bring some people from Daytona Beach's festival too. But without further ado, a comic all the way from Colorado is on the show tonight. Give it up for Leslie Fox, everyone. Hey, Leslie, how are you?
What's up?
Just hanging out. But looking forward to interviewing you for the festival and everything coming up. Are you excited?
I am. It's my first one. Well,
Wow, that's awesome.
yes. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
I am too. It's our ninth year doing it in Pueblo, so it's pretty wild.
Oh snap!
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you know exactly what's up. Ooh.
absolutely. Our mutual buddy Charlie McMullen recommended you, so
Yeah, that Charlie. Shout
yep,
out Charlie McMullen. I love him.
absolutely.
He's
He's
so
fan.
silly.
I agree. He was my roast master back in 2015.
Ooh, what a roast master to have. He is great at roasting.
Yes,
Oh, that's so fun to watch.
yeah, yep. My roast was like about an hour long, and so it was like the funnest. It was like
Whoa.
my first show ever, right?
Uh,
And I'm like, I want to be baptized in fire before I go into stand up. And I gathered John Brown too, and Charlie, and a bunch of other people, and we just roasted like a classic roast. It was fantastic.
that sounds like a great group to roast. Oh, I bet
Abs-
that was wild.
Indeed, it's on YouTube, so it's almost 500 views, I think.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to
I'll
look
send you
that
the
up on
link.
YouTube. Yes, please.
You'll have a great time with it.
Yeah, they were just on the roast for Luke Stamm at Vultures. That was
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
They all did absolutely killer. It was good.
Did anyone film it or anything? You know?
I don't know. Well, I think somebody did. Yes, I'm not sure though. I was not in the deets like that.
Oh,
You
for
know.
sure. Indeed. Absolutely. Great guys, great guys.
hmm
But yeah, let's jump right into your stand up comedy journey. Like, what inspired you to perform stand up comedy?
Um. So I used to work in call centers and stuff, and I would just get really mad, and I would start yelling, and we would on Tuesday nights people would stay after with me, and we would just like roast each other and stuff, and I think a lot of people hear this, they're like, "Oh, you should try stand up," and I was like, "No." So like a year and a half later, I ended up meeting one of the local comedians named Sarah B. Serious, who worked at the same place, and she was telling me that she was doing comedy, and she invited me to my first open mic, and I went, and I didn't stop from then. So I love it in every way. It is it is my favorite form of performance art, um, and it's so different than anything else. I like that about it. You know, it's very I like the writing process, figuring out what that is, and even like being mad that I'm not doing it right, and then when I figure a little bit of something out, like how great that feels. You know, I like making people laugh. I like the immediate reaction that comes from it, and seeing them smile. That's always cool. Yeah. So.
Absolutely. I used to work at a call center too, and I only lasted like 3 months. I was like, I'm out of here.
That is for a very specific group of people. You have to. The ones who can tough it out are the soldiers. Like, I've been here for 15 years. I'm like, what? Mm, okay.
Yeah. And like you know how like they listen on your call sometimes, and
Oh
like
yes.
my managers were like, you know, we were thinking about firing you, so I'm glad you're quit.
That always feels good. Like, we're just gonna get rid of you. Thanks for making it easier.
Absolutely. And like I met Sarah B. Serious in Colorado Springs at the Chris Fonseca's old theater, the Grin Reaper.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they still have that going on there. Do they? No.
No.
It's good.
Uh,
Yeah. Well, we got like Colorado Springs has like other places to perform now too, so that's good.
Yes. Well, and there's always new places to try too. And we have two comedy clubs in town, which is pretty awesome. I mean, for it being kind of a smaller city, to have two clubs is pretty awesome. You know.
Wow. I just know Loonies.
Mhm.
Which one's the other one?
Three E's. That's another. It's the other one in town. That one is more downtown, and it's this beautiful room.
Wow.
Beautiful. It's got two different rooms. So, yeah,
Dang. That's pretty awesome.
yeah,
Yep. Shout out to Sarah B. Serious and for letting me interview
yes.
her there. She's awesome.
Yeah, I love her so much. She's
Indeed.
wonderful.
For sure. And what was it feeling like for you when you first performed stand up comedy?
Um, I was very nervous, and I was very inconsistent. So sometimes I was really, really, really funny. Sometimes I was like kind of funny. Sometimes I was just too long winded, and so I wasn't funny at all. Um, and but I kind of came in knowing that like I wasn't going to be good for a long time because I had to like learn how it works, and like I kept hearing that it was going to take a long time, like many years, to get it to where I want it to be. So just like try to figure out things as I go. And uh, I this is also is like a really good group of people. Everybody is um, they really want everybody to see everybody do well, which is nice. They everybody gives each other opportunity, I think, and I think that that's half the battle because like we all work together to do that, and like we get on each other's nerves, you know. But I do think that it's extremely helpful to have a community that wants to work together, and still wants to get better individually. I don't think that you can. I think everybody's got a pretty good balance. We had a great little little thing going.
Absolutely.
Mm,
Indeed. And I miss Colorado, and I hardly got to dip much into the Colorado Springs scene, but well, I mostly
yeah.
performed in Pueblo, so that was it was fun.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So
Yeah,
way back in the
Pueblo's good
day.
too, though. That's what I Pam Sterner. Shout out to them. And Pam and Doug Sterner, they used to do, well, I think they still do. They would do some shows in Pueblo too. And John Brown used to. I think he still does Gutter House down there too.
Oh, they closed down. Yeah.
Oops.
Yep. I
Yeah.
don't know what happened there, but oh well. You win some, you lose some.
Oh yeah, well, like I said, it's always changing. Some people are closing it down, then other people are letting it pop up. So you never know.
Yep. Most
Yeah.
definitely. And what are some of your favorite comedy specials and comedy record albums?
Oh my. I don't think I'm awful, and I don't have favorites like that. I don't think. Um, I have favorite comedians, um, but I think it's more like, um, well, I really like Raw a lot. That one always made me laugh a lot. I always thought because I saw that at first when I was really little, so I knew it was like not appropriate. It was super raunchy, you know. So I thought that was hilarious. Um, but I don't remember which one it was, but I heard Brian Reagan's The Boxin' of Donuts, that album. I heard that for the first time when I was in third grade, and I thought that was just the funniest thing in the world. I think that was probably the most memorable. Um, but I have more than just like favorite comedians, I guess, for different reasons, you know. I don't really have favorite jokes either, I don't think.
Indeed, for sure. And I know Eddie Murphy is one of my favorite actors and stuff, and being on TV and such too. And
Yeah.
what are some of your favorite sitcom sketch shows and comedy films?
I love Seinfeld. I think that's Seinfeld's great. Um, and Living Single. I love Living Single so much. I'll watch that no matter what. I'll just watch that forever. I'm just dipping my toes into the Golden Girls, and those ladies are crazy. They're cracking me up. But I love The Nanny. Um, I was a big fan of The Nanny. Um, I wasn't big on Full House and stuff like that. I didn't really watch that stuff. Oh, I love the Bernie Mac show. My dad watched that a lot, so I'd watch that with him. Um, uh, Martin was always good, but I don't like. I remember seeing it, but I don't really like. I was too young to appreciate it. I think, you know, um, I like understand exactly what was going on, but yeah, that's it. Those ones.
Indeed, for sure. And sketch shows.
Um, I like I always liked SNL, but that was more because again, like my mom never missed one. So, um, uh, and then in Living Color, but I watched that more after like when I was an adult. Well, maybe not an adult, I was a little teenager, but and Mad TV. We used to watch Mad TV when we go visit my grandma. We sit there in the hotel room and watch Mad TV.
Awesome. Yeah, my favorite sketch from was the Dozens from In Living Color. Uh,
Yeah.
like I would memorize all the Yo Mama jokes, and I would tell it to all my friends in middle school.
Oh, that's what you do though, remember?
Yep.
Yes.
And like when my roast happened, like my best friend just like wrote down Yo Mama jokes for everybody's moms on the panel. So great.
That's funny.
Oh man. Oh man, when you watch it, you're gonna be like, "Oh, I felt you. You'll feel bad for someone's mom, but I won't ruin it." Oh man. So and what are your favorite comedy films?
Um, See No Evil. What is that? Hear No Evil, See No Evil. It has what is his? Oh my goodness, Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder in it. I love that movie. That movie's so funny. And then this one's a really old one. What is I don't remember the name of it. I'm terrible with names. I don't remember things like this. But anyway, it has Vincent Price and and anyway, they play funeral hands and they are short on money, so they decide they're just going to start murdering people. And they're just absolutely absurd about it, and they're so silly. And that one is one of my favorites. I love that movie. I think those are my two favorite like comedy movies. Because they're just so outrageous, you know.
I'll have to look that up myself because I've never I know of Vincent Price because of all
I
his.
will send it to you. Yes.
Oh,
I have
fantastic!
to I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, it's a great one. They're just they're just going around town. Um they run the funeral home. So that's how they're making their money.
Jeez. And I could see Vincent doing a role like that because of all the horror movies in the past. So
Exactly,
yeah,
right?
good
Hmm.
stuff.
Peter Lorre is in it. What is it called?
Oh,
I'm so sorry. Anyway.
indeed. And let's see here. Is it called? It's not the Raven, is it? Mate,
No.
it's
Um, but
maybe.
it has comedy in it. Let me see if I can
Oh, yeah, because like that's the only thing that came up, but
let
it
me
came up with
see.
Jack Nicholson too. But the comedy of terrors,
Oh,
that could be it. The comedy of
the
well,
com
the comedy of terrors.
yes, that's the name,
Uh,
yes.
I'm gonna definitely put that in my queue. So
Yes.
that sounds
That is
hilarious.
a hilarious movie. Yes. Um
Awesome. And
I
so
think
if you can go on tour with any comedian locally and internationally known, which comedians would you like to go on tour with?
locally, probably Sarah Be Serious. And or like Sammy Answer. I think he would be fun to go with. Um and um probably Genevieve. she's fun. And then if I like, could just like ran into any comic, they asked me to go with them. Um, uh, Probably if Tiffany Haddish asked me to. Um, if Probably go if Ada Rodriguez asked me to. I like her a lot too. Um, Monique Marvez, if she asked me, I would totally go. Yeah, I think
Excellent
those are my
choice there.
choices.
Sweet. And we talked about my roast earlier in the interview, and if you can get roasted by five comedians, past and present, uh, which comedians would you have to get roasted by?
Oh, I want to get roasted by Joan Rivers. And I would want to get roasted by Bernie Mac and um, Sam Morril. Um, what is her name? I don't remember her name. I'm sorry. And it starts with an starts her last name starts with an M, but she's kind of soft spoken, but she destroys in these roast battles. I can't remember her name, and I feel bad because I can't. But anyway, look up on YouTube for roast battles. This woman just destroys it. Anyway, and then probably John Brown.
Nice, excellent choice. For sure. And what do you see your comedy journey in the next 5 years?
I just want to get better first. Like I said, I want to do shows, so I want to make sure I'm still doing shows. I want to gear up to do some festivals and stuff. But I I'm doing pretty good right now, but my main goal was always just to be really funny. I wanted to make sure that I paid attention to the art form and how it works and how I work with it, and I wanted to get lots of like the growing things out because sometimes I have nervous habits. I'm not always the most confident as some people are. Um, so I had to kind of iron out some things, and I'm still doing that. But I just want to continue to work to be significantly funnier, and that's what I always want to be. I think, and I don't even want to like think about specials and things like that quite yet, because even if I do have a pretty good demographic or pretty good fan base, I found my people. You know, I still. I think I still would want to, when I do that, produce it in a place where I might be a bit more mature in the craft, not necessarily as a person. That would always be helpful too. But I
So,
don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Like this is something that I've chosen to do, and I'm willing to be patient to get better because I know I'm not going to be great right off the bat. Some people are, and I think that's absolutely amazing. I'm just not, so I have to. My steps are just a little different.
indeed, and that's what I love about comedy. Is like everyone's path is different, everyone's journey is different, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a marathon and not a race, and it's just
Yes.
go with the flow, and yeah, that's what I love most about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been at it for like 7 years now, and so I'm like, I just now I'm just happy with like a one mic a week, one show a month, and like two festivals a year, and I'm like totally satisfied.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So good pacing, and I know that some people they really want to make money, and I definitely want to spend more time doing this, and I would like to do it professionally. That would be awesome. um but again, my path is just a little different than everybody else's. I've got a young child, you know, and so I want to make sure that, you know, that's my priorities are exactly where I want them to be as a person. But that doesn't mean that she's going to be small forever, and I acknowledge that as well. At some point, she's going to be tired of me. She's gonna be living her own life. So, and by then, I can put kind of the aggressive attention that I want to on it, but I'm okay with me not being able to do that right now, while at the same time, like my munchkin being my main priority anyway. It just seems to work.
Indeed. And the good thing about the Grindhouse, where the festival is taking place, is all ages. But since you have a young one, bring earmuffs because there's gonna be adult language.
Oh yes, my goodness.
Absolutely. But we're gonna have a really good fun time though for sure, like every year. So good
I'm
stuff.
excited. Oh, and it's going to be the perfect time of year.
Indeed. And which other forms of comedy would you like to venture off into, like improv, sketch, comedy writing, acting, directing, etc.?
I like writing. I was like originally kind of like opposed to sketch comedy, but I've recently have gained an interest in that. I did improv when I was younger. Um, I did that actually when I was like in elementary school. I did that a lot. Um, and I like it, but it's not my favorite. I think stand up is still my favorite. Um, I love that there's just so many different facets to it, and I'm just constantly getting to know it. The notion is quite romantic to me, um, but I am trying to build the skill to learn how to write funny. That's been the and so now trying to write with tension, I think is very interesting. So I like that. I think more than doing improv and stuff.
Absolutely. And
Mhm.
what's your favorite joke a comic has ever written?
My favorite joke a comic has ever written. I think actually bought the Brian Regan's when you talked about the boxing of donuts. I think that's the silliest and the funniest joke I've ever heard. I remember laughing so hard at that. I couldn't breathe. Um because like it just made sense, and like yes, it's wrong. It's 100% wrong. But I think too, because I was really little, like I really understood like digging your heels in and being like, no. um, I think, yeah, still think that's my favorite joke I've ever heard. And I'm not um, Eliza Schlesinger. She does uh, the confirmed kills. I love that joke so much when she talks about the grandpa, and then he ends up, you think that he's useless, but he's got several confirmed kills. That one I thought was very creative.
Good stuff. I gotta definitely look up those jokes. Good stuff. And what experience would you like your audience to take with them after a set is over?
That uh, we're all humans, so we all make mistakes. I kind of make fun of mine a lot, the dumb decisions that I've made. I think that's what makes us all human, and I tend to cope with things by laughing about them, making them not that big of a deal. Um, and I don't think that I think sometimes we take each ourselves too seriously in a different way, where like now we kind of act like if we make a mistake there should be a lot of shame in there, while at the same time we promote like, oh no, you can make mistakes and fail, but we just don't provide that space to. um and plus we're dumb, we do dumb stuff, it's fine. Do you know what I mean? Like I think people are embarrassed to do dumb things, and it's like no, it's we're people. Like we're not always gonna get it right. We're not always gonna be fancy about it. Sometimes we're gonna fuck some shit up.
Yeah. When you said the dumb part, like it reminded me of the comic in Denver named Rick Bryan. I'm not sure if you know him, but
No,
his like line is "Don't be dumb," and then like he gave me
seriously.
some. It's like one of his tags or punchlines. It's like it
That's
cracks me up.
funny. Well, you know what?
Yeah, he was on the festival last year, I think. So it was it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I try to bring like everyone that's like like Charlie vouches for, or like people that are making moves that have yet to be seen or known, like that are on the verge, that's on like
That's
climbing up that rocky
appreciated.
mountain. I'm like, we're not probably not like the biggest like festival in Colorado, but we're one of those small ones. But it's like a step up to the next level festival. So hopefully
Yeah.
it'll be like a cool stepping stone for you to get to like High Plains or
Oh, that would
one
be
of the
cool.
other stuff. So
I'm excited to participate anyways. I think it's going to be great.
awesome, fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep, and I can't wait for this to happen. And we're gonna do a crossover episode, and so it's like this part's called like I do another series called the Stand Up Speakeasy.
Okay.
My alter ego does, anyways.
Oh.
And
Mhm,
so
mhm.
if you can nominate 5 comedians in the Colorado Springs area that would like to be a guest on the Stand Up Speakeasy, which comedians would you like to shine the light on?
Of course, Sarah B. Serious, first and foremost. Mel Clemma. Um, Thad B. Um, Joe Cruz. And um, John Brown. Mm-hmm.
Awesome, fantastic, great
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And Leslie, is there any final words you'd like to give out to the audience at home?
No. Make smart decisions. Yeah.
Indeed.
Brush your teeth
And
before you go to bed tonight.
indeed. That's good stuff. And so don't forget to follow Leslie Fox on Facebook and Instagram, like her
Yes.
page and all that good stuff.
You can
And
find me
also
as L Blexican.
nice stuff, El Blaxican. And don't forget to join us at the Grindhouse Cafe in Pueblo on July 15th to the 19th and Daytona Beach, Florida from October 5th to the 9th. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be some good times, some great music, and some great comedy locally,
Yes.
all that good stuff. Alrighty, folks. Thanks for tuning into the Wu Chronicles, and we'll see you on the next episode. Be well, everyone. Take care. Awesome.